Hello and welcome. We are thrilled to be here. We are thrilled to have you here. Our channel is all about exploring and sharing experiences on intercultural communication. You can expect engaging discussions, fascinating insights, and plenty of fun as we dive into the unique ways people from different cultures enjoy their lives and do things. Maybe not so enjoy so much. Today's subject is Una Española en Nederlander ja Suomipoika is Everything and Nothing Part 2. But before this, my friends, welcome.
Hello.
Oh, there's
Hello.
Fair enough.
Hello.
So,
I'm doing nothing.
Here we are.
Where are you, Mark? Mark,
Yeah,
I'm doing nothing.
you begin the year disappearing.
So now I'm everything.
You're doing I'm doing everything and nothing.
Exactly.
What was it like? Superior man does nothing but lets nothing undone.
When there's misfortune.
Yes.
Oh, wise words to begin with.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, and if I may, well, I'm in the balcony. It's -9 because it sucks the perception, like reception.
Finland weather.
So it's -9. I'm in the balcony. It's fucking cold. Maybe I should not scream. But yeah, it's really cold. And hey, by the way, when we put kind of like the 9, it's kind of more like a ish. It's kind of not quite exactly. You shouldn't maybe hold your breath that we are gonna be exactly at 9. So we come when we can, but the goal is to come at 9. So, but don't give feedback if it sucks for you or something. But we try our best to come at 9. But most likely it can be kind of a little bit like flexi time things. So hey,
It's everything or nothing.
Everything and nothing.
Everything and nothing.
How was the last chapter? Where were we?
The
Invisible.
The Invisible.
What?
We were talking about the Masons, for example, as an introduction. I was surprised that there's so many of them in Finland, like thousands and thousands compared to, there was 7,300 or something, and there's only like less than 6 million people. So that was kind of a bit of a surprise.
Oh, by the way, talking about that, I remember that I was then checking more information, and it was not actually the official will be like 3,500 in Spain, but there is like more than are hidden, and there will be like something like 10,000.
So
But still, comparatively with the amount of population that there is in Spain compared with Finland, is insane the amount of those hackers that you have in Finland. So
yeah, but
you have a lot of invisible forces there.
Mm-hmm. But think about
a lot of invisible forces.
A lot of dark side.
Hidden in the woods.
Yes.
They're all hidden in the woods.
In your country, it's a secret society, and some members are actually secret. Okay, moving on. So yeah, how about Mark? What did you want to tell about the last episode before we dive?
I really wanted to tell. It's like all the invisible. This was really interesting because there's a lot of invisible stuff, and we had a lot of new topics again. Yeah.
But
where we can talk about.
From the invisible, would you say that is nothing, or is everything?
Well, if I close my eyes, everything is invisible, but still, it's visible. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's visible through other senses, maybe.
Well, it's maybe it is visible, but you don't want to see, because if you know, then you can think about it. And well, the most happy people in the world are the people who don't know. So
yeah, it's that the pain.
This is what they say.
Sorry?
I couldn't hear you.
The knowing increases the suffering. What did you say, Spanish person?
I didn't say anything.
Hey.
I didn't say nothing. I am in the nothing area.
Okay. Everything, nothing. Okay, but well, there's some recap. Check out the
Mark,
earlier video.
Mark and me,
Yeah.
we are nothing in this moment. You are everything.
Mhm.
So, okay.
The
Well,
star
yeah.
is
If I start to look like too blue or something, you know, then let me know if I don't know. Or if there starts to be ice things hanging on me or something. But I'm actually surprisingly warm here, maybe. But hey,
Yeah, you don't see
Hey.
blue yet.
no, okay.
well, little bit here.
I don't want a kiss from you.
No. But is there blue or
No.
not? Okay. Enough funny faces. Hey, today's subject, everything, nothing, part 2. Dos.
Part 2.
Uh-huh.
Why part 2?
Twee.
Yeah, because we did it already. There is one there. And basically we're gonna kick into this. So, Spain. What is everything?
Part 2. Why part 2? Because I think that was really good for us, for our brains, for dynamics, for the pity is that we are not fishing people out of there in the ether that comes here to talk or to discuss or to criticize whatever we are saying, because whatever opinion is welcome here, because we are just citizens, people without any power, but with a lot of power, hidden powers as well.
Indeed.
We are subestimating our power, you know, that we have a lot of power actually. And this is why actually all the ecosystems create tools to control us.
Uh-huh.
Did you think?
Yeah.
Because people normally tend to think the other way around, but I think it's more that way, you know, that we all represent a threat to everything. The free thinking represent a threat of the establishment. No, what do you think, guys?
To
Yeah.
control.
To control. Yes.
Well, if you
But the establishment or anything that is established, that doesn't have way to be only politics. Whatever person that wants to control is also like some kind of small or big institution, doesn't matter.
Well, I guess that goes to whatever in a situation, in that sense that, you know, there is certain thing that is said, what is believed, and there is, I don't know if there's stability or whatever there is, or somebody wants to cling into the power or wants to be on control, and people want to be on control. This is something, I guess anyone who then has hey, I have a different idea, it's like, no. And then I guess there's a lot of things have been done. And this goes to what I have read, and something is like for science, for example, think about the fact that somebody was claiming that the dinosaurs would have been killed actually by a meteorite. It was not like, oh yeah, that's a good theory, we're gonna accept it. And that was like, when I was listening some of this kind of stuff, is like that in science that one has, I considered like pure at some point. No, it's not. No. It's like the other thing in a sense. There is not consensus that you gonna just, you know, like, let's say that somebody made a career having this theory that the dinosaurs were, I don't know, extinct because of a virus. And then somebody comes, no, it's not that, it's this. And then all you have done your research is bullshit because I have a better idea. So I think that's one thing. But yeah.
I saw yesterday one new about this actually. It was about like this, telescope. I don't remember what was the name. I am really bad with the names. I have to search for it and give. Also, I can remember now about the names that in another chapter I was talking about like totally different stuff is also related to the invisible. That this was like the experience like near to death. And there was like a Spanish project that was called, now I remember, Tunnel Project. And I'm going to put the link or the whatever, you know, some kind of something now I will search and I will show to you. But this stuff, this telescopic is now threatening all the physics that astrophysics, every theory and meditations, calculations that they have, not every, but a lot of, like a big part of
James,
it.
It's James Webb telescope.
Yes.
James Webb.
Yes.
So I think you can put it out. I have heard about it also.
For the people that didn't hear about it. So the scientific community is a little bit like, getting out of the comfort zone. They have
good.
to. Yeah, I mean, like they, and I guess like the people that was like already investing a lot of time and thought that they have all the holy truth in their hands, now they are like,
Well, it's I guess only
now they have to
throw it overboard again.
What?
And then they can throw it overboard again. They say it like that. You can throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and was another thing interesting that in 2025, so this year, that probably we are going to be able to see other life in other planets thanks to that.
Oh, more?
I heard that more.
Yes, life in other planets thanks to that, the same telescope.
And why can they do that?
I don't really know. I had not have time even for like comb my hair or anything. So yeah, I don't know exactly what was this, but there's some kind of news about it. So if you can, you check it out, and then we can talk about it next day, but not today because I just hear something, but not everything. Okay, so I let the data there in the ether.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would be a big discovery if we discovered some life somewhere.
Well, the thing is like they have like exoplanets in everywhere, so like there is like it was just a matter of time that we just perfection technologies to find out.
Well, I think for the first contact, well, if they send a Finnish person, I hope the aliens have beer and patience. So.
Maybe. Depends on the Finnish person. We are different. We are not all the same.
Hey, maybe the Finnish people is good because like they don't need to talk. Maybe they have another methods, for to communicate. So maybe they can be like interstellar, like.
Who knows? Hey, who's to tell that the aliens won't be like Finnish people? For example, they have some American Indian still making business with.
Maybe the Finnish are the aliens.
Let's not go there, dude. We have made the text messages. We invented those.
You see,
you know what is
there is evidence about you're the aliens.
Text messages.
Nokia connecting people. It's like the slogan from E.T.
But there was actually, I think it's the Fermi paradox that is like basically, now I'm confusing things. Anyway, the point is like there tends to be that how it looks like for us that they made some estimations how long a civilization actually lasts, and it can easily destroy itself. Like, for example, we have possibilities pretty much to annihilate ourselves in the planet. So that would make it like, that could make it a bit difficult to find this like the great filter or something like this. You can put the great filter or Fermi paradox or something like this. It's basically tends that we would happen to coexist at the same time with some species from aliens that would be even remotely in the same level that we are. So they could be that they are two cell. Yes, that they would be like a two cell creatures, or then they are some kind of light energy beings. We cannot communicate or notice either one. So that would be like that. That meaning that the evolution could have started like maybe 1 million years later, earlier, or whatever. You know what I mean? So then we would they would be a blob of like in a puddle of mud, or then they would be some kind of something that we have no idea what, we wouldn't even notice that they are. So that to contact someone might be difficult in that sense, because also how long it takes time to put the messages from one star to another, or one solar systems, and you know, wherever you have the Andromedas and all. Yeah, there we go, like kind of like, yeah, not so much time.
Yes, it says
Go for it.
It says the Fermi paradox is the apparent contradiction between the high probability of the existence of advanced extraterrestrial life and the lack of conclusive evidence for such existence. In other words, given the vast number of stars and planets in the universe, it seems likely that there are other forms of intelligent life, but so far we haven't found any proof of it. The paradox is named after the Italian-American physicist Enrico Fermi, who in 1950, during a casual conversation about UFOs and interstellar travel, asked, "Where is everybody?" These questions are like the paradox. If there are so many stars and planets, why haven't we been visited or contacted by extraterrestrial? There are several hypotheses to try to resolve this paradox, such as the possibility that intelligent civilizations are extremely rare, that their lifespan is short, or that they exist, but we have no evidence of them for various reasons. It's a fascinating topic.
So
heavy stuff, but I would Kurtzegard was the video that has animations. It's a little bit like the nanotechnology for dummies. It's really entertaining, this kind of informative videos. I've been checking many things there. It's really like, it's kind of funny and made really nicely to some really bare knuckle basics of something, and they are not maybe all totally accurate, but I have heard the Fermi thing in many places. I've heard it there and other stuff, but that's kind of interesting stuff also to think about that. So how about the aliens? Do you think there is aliens? I think there must be somehow, feel, or they have been, or will be, or has been, and is at the moment.
yeah, I think too. Yes, I think too. There are aliens. It's life is maybe a special chemical process, but I think life can be everywhere. Maybe life is everywhere, but we don't even know it. We don't know how to see it, because it can be life in many structures. Like we are carbon based, you know, or total world is carbon based, because carbon makes atoms stuck together, you know, and that's why it's possible to build cells. That's why it's possible to grow, and you know, that's the basic. And the only thing what they know of at the time, what can also do that is silicon or something. Silicon is called, I guess. Don't know the English word, but silicon can do that also, but only silicon can go on a higher temperature.
Silitio.
Yeah, that's.
Silitio.
I don't know the name.
No?
I'm bad in names too. But I know it's another atom, something like carbon.
Element. Yes, silitio. Yes.
Silitio.
But I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah, I was almost there.
Silitio.
And you know, and that can collide it too, but then on a higher temperature. And if that's possible, then creatures can live in situations we cannot even imagine. It's like they can live in a star or something, you know. But their lifespan is only a few seconds in our lifespan, you know, in our time way. So can be anything.
I guess you're right. You're right. In English, it's silicon. In English, it's silicon.
You see, I was right.
But in Spanish, it's silitio. Silitio.
Silicon.
Yeah, Spanish is Latin based.
It has the same. It has the same atomic number than, not the atomic number, but the valencia, like the electrons. No.
Valencia,
It's like
Valencia can do that too.
electrons in the last gate, in the last layer. Yes.
The Spain want. Yeah. Now it's get interesting. Valencia.
No.
In Valencia, they discovered everything.
But it's a element, a chemical element, very like useful in the technology industry, actually.
Well, is there not a Silicon Valley somewhere?
Yeah.
Yes,
Funny
that too.
with computers, microchips.
By the
Can be.
way, I was thinking that if you know, it's a little bit eschatologic question. Just changing subject. When do you think that it was the first time that the humans used the toilet paper?
Like actual toilet paper.
Yeah, actually, actually, I would say when did we start to clean our,
But
I think somewhere in Roman times they was cleaning. They had public toilets, and
because it's also invisible,
yeah, and they were using
and
some
it's everything and nothing.
there was everything.
That's a highly important subject. I would say. I know that the Romans were using some brushes, and they were using like common brush for everyone. I think they had it in salt water or something, and they got used at least in some movies. I would say they started using toilet paper because it's probably a Finnish invention. So at least no, but we make lots.
They were creating the first messages through there, no?
Hey, what time was the first newspaper discovered? I think maybe the first time there was newspaper in the world, they used it like, oh yeah, fuck it.
How about the leaves, How about
the leaves are good.
I can tell you that has been used, and they say that it's really, for example, if you are lacking toilet paper, and for example, you are in a problem, like for example, war or something like this, you can use, the stuff that grows in the stones on the top, the musgo, in English, o sea, in Spanish is musgo. This green.
No, but the finger pushed through.
No. No, but this is really, it's like, it has like properties like antibacterians, like
I think that grows on top of rocks.
Yes,
like
how it's called?
Moss, it's called in Dutch. Moss.
Musgo in Spanish.
Mussels.
How do you say musgo in Dutch?
Moss.
Also.
Moss.
It's almost like English, no?
Yeah, almost.
The
English took it from the Dutch.
Uh-huh.
How do you say in Finnish?
Sammal.
¿Cómo?
Sammal.
Sambal.
S-A-M.
Sambal.
Sammal.
Okay.
Sambal.
So there is one dato more.
If you have some other language than English, Spanish, or whatever, you can put there on comments what it's called in your language.
How do you say moss in whatever language?
Moss.
Yeah, we want to know.
In the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Down.
It's a really useful word.
Subscribe to Moss. You've heard more about Mosses. Or I don't know, maybe not, probably not ever. Not much again. No. Enough.
And if you're writing anyway, also write what was the weirdest thing you used instead of toilet paper.
Yeah, and what is the weirdest?
Maybe that's interesting too.
Yes.
Also a cake.
When they were in...
But that's probably not quite the same.
Okay, I found it here. It says like the use of the paper, toilet paper, has a really interesting history behind it. First use, the documented use of hygienic toilet paper in the history of the humankind is in the medieval China. in the century 6 after Christ. So not so long ago.
No, that's not long ago.
But but the modern one, the one that is similar to the one that we use today, was built for the first time in 1391 for the necessities of Chinese emperor in the Occidental world. The toilet paper was like commercializing it was not till 1857 when Joseph Gadgetti from New York commercialized paper for the paper for that was with medicine for the toilet. So before that, the people was using a variety of materials like you can imagine, depending what is available, like leaves, like we were commenting before, or herbs. Stones also, really useful. I don't know if you have tried that.
Stones?
Moss, stones, claro. Obvious, yes. And
you use stones?
And even like the corn, the corn.
Mice, corn, mice.
Mice, yes. For two. Like,
Hey, mice gives a massage. You know, all the ripples, like.
Okay.
Can be nice.
It's really nice that the things have changed a little bit because, oh my goodness.
It used to be much better,
Well, I don't know. Maybe more sensations, more.
Okay, but then about 10 minutes are we in toilet paper? We are in a paper business. I have had funny toilet papers. I had some point black toilet paper because
black,
it was
yes.
black. That was kind of funny. Then I had toilet paper that don't mess with Texas.
But there you cannot see a lot of stuff, right? Because I mean, like the point why it's white is because of a reason, I guess, and it's like to find out if you are healthy or not. If it's,
well,
you know what I mean? I think no. Is it no?
Well, if I may, once the language, like you can see how it is, how the shit is. This is the shit.
You can see the holy shit, yes.
Holy shit, you can see it's white.
Maybe the expressions come from the if shit gets done. This is the shit. Cold shit.
Claro.
Cold shit, warm shit.
Exactly.
Thin shit.
We are not gonna be able to that this video stays there, at some point.
Hey, but I have to say I found it slightly funny because there was at some point they had in here, I think they were selling toilet paper that had poems in it.
Poems?
Poems, like writing. Like
this is for the people that used to go to the toilet and read newspapers, no? So I guess that they are like with the stuff there.
Yeah, I know. Can I finish?
Before the handies.
Continue, please. Me encanta. I love it.
You have to do something if you sit on the toilet,
I just go and leave, I don't pass there. I don't know.
Maybe that's the man thing. We need our private space.
I don't know. 20 bucks maybe.
Well, it's like I remember that in England they built a toilet queen to visit the place. That they made nobody could have been there before, or like that they just specially made a toilet for the Queen of England, I think, in some gathering, but she never used it. So they had to build it like separate toilets. She couldn't, of course, go with the common people. God rest her soul, a human being, her. I don't know. Who knows about all this? But hey, what I was about to say, that the funny thing was like, maybe I'm weird, but I was thinking that as being a singer, writing lyrics and stuff like this in a way. But I felt really strange. It's like the idea is like, okay, I have toilet paper that there is somebody's poems. I'm gonna wipe my ass with somebody's poems. That seemed really like offensive, you know. I don't want to wipe my ass in somebody's poems.
No, why?
You know?
Everything is a cycle, you know.
Yeah, but that seemed really like for me. It's like how more degrading you can be or insulting. It's like, what? Do you know what I did? I wiped my ass with your fucking poems, dude. Literally.
Yeah, but maybe it's also an honor because you take something from somebody else and put it in a really personal place, you know.
Yes, that could be. Yeah. And the other thing is also like they were selling, I don't know if they still sell, but they sold also like toilet paper which has puppies in it. That was also for me like weird.
Puppies?
I want to wipe
That's
my ass
disturbing.
on puppies. No, I don't want to wipe my ass on small puppy pictures.
No.
Like,
That goes too
Your
far.
ass on puppies, man.
Yeah, that can traumatize someone. Yes.
Yeah,
For example,
easily.
a kid or whatever, you know.
Weird
Hey,
shit.
maybe we should invent toilet paper with politicians on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fantastic
I'm
idea.
sure they are selling.
When did
I'm
we
sure
start
they-
with the business? We are gonna get so rich. You should have tell
Yeah,
it
just
later, you know, behind the camera because you know nowadays.
who knows? That
Ideas?
works really good.
Holy crap.
But I remember that back in the day, I don't know where it was for the first time, but if I'm right, they also have it in Spain, or was it in America? I don't know. But then I came somewhere and then they had how they called toilettes or something. You have the normal toilet where you sit on, and then you have another toilet which only gives water. You know, it's
You mean
also
like
for to clean down there.
Yeah.
you mean the ones the holes in the floor?
No, that's in France. But
The ones that you pee in the wall?
you go to a bathroom and then you
Yeah.
have a normal toilet,
Yeah.
and beside this normal toilet is also a thing. It's in the same form as a toilet, but without the seat. And there is a water crane on it. You can put on or you can press on, and then water comes out. And they call it in Dutch toiletta or the toiletta or something.
No.
What is this? I have never seen this. Is the homework
Yeah.
for the next day. You have to.
And
give
that's
us
also
feedback.
for to clean down under there. But then you can go sit or hang above it or something, and then you put on the water, and it cleans also everything down under.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I
Yeah.
have never seen this in Spain, or I don't know.
I
But
have seen
I can't remember where I've seen it a
in a
lot.
hotel. So like there was like this. That
Yeah, in a hotel or something, you know?
From the town, right? That's some weird shit,
Mm.
man.
Yeah, I was also sitting there. What's that kind of weird toilet? How do I shit on that toilet, you know? It's not possible.
Oh dear God.
I am searching for to put something there about what I was like putting before. I was this Proyecto Túnel. So let's see. But you can continue with this really nice conversation.
With this shit.
Exactly.
Everything or nothing, huh?
We are talking about
Everything and nothing. For example.
It's
Everything
a
now.
deeper
For
experience
example,
of the word everything.
Mark, if you would be a superhero, which one will you be?
If I was a superhero,
Yes. I don't know. Just to bring something.
oh,
out
my
of me.
kids always say that I'm Kratos. or something.
Kratos.
Kratos? Is it Kratos? Yes, I think it's Kratos. Yeah.
Okay. Kratos. No.
The bad one from the End Game, from the movie The End Game, from the Avengers.
I can have a vague idea what that is. Okay.
Another thing to search.
So yeah, you know, like this is priceless. You need to people that you are in the ether. Subscribe to this. Subscribe to this. I mean, like, come on and buy us
Well,
coffee. So maybe we
totally.
get better toilet paper.
Okay, I'm gonna make like a.
I like. Hey,
Mm.
one thing that I have to say that I have forgotten completely is the magic thing in the social media and in the interweb thing. It's like, hey, share our video with someone. I have never said it like once. You know, like, subscribe, and share our video with your friends. Tell them to come to see us. Check the live. Come to see the live. Come to say, make some comments with us. Have a discussion. Let's have a dialogue. Let's have a conversation about some shit or some not other thing as well. We have had in the other videos. We had the Friday 13th. We have the traveling. We have go to internet. We have ghost stories. We have the other everything and nothing. And now we have this. I will not.
We even have communication.
Totally. I am gonna see if it's possible to share this. It's called Proyecto Túnel. Let's see if this is for, it's like a community of scientists who has come together, and scientists, doctors, and other patients who has have like a experience next to death and near to death, and that they have
with toilet paper.
Eh?
With toilet paper.
No, this is something that I was talking in I think in Friday the 13th, and also in the invisible things. So I'm gonna try to share this because it's a Facebook. What I can see, they have a Facebook page, but there is like you only can see if you are a member. So I am not a member, but I'm gonna put it here.
Secret societies.
Yeah. Secret society, yeah. A ver, let me see.
That's kind of stuff that you have to be. I don't know who was saying that if they would that they not any club that would accept them as a member of it. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Let's see. So this is how it's called. You can go to Facebook and search for Proyecto Túnel, and then you can join and find out more things there. But I got to know this because when I was making like I don't know if I was telling about this, that I was making like the meetings in my store in Spain. I got to know one guy that it was like amazing. He had like 8 careers, and he was a teacher in the Autónoma University of Madrid. And it was amazing. So and this is one of the guys that is in this project, you know. So enough. Okay. So, but I wanted to share it with you for if you are interested about these things, because it's maybe not so well known, and it's quite interesting. And now, how do I get this out? No. Okay.
Yeah, that's the funny thing, because I was advertising the Kurzegard. Was it Kurzegard, the animated things about science and many phenomena and all that? That's really entertaining. Like little bit like, not quite like for dummies, but well, I have seen many funny things there. Not only there. My information source is not solely that, but it's entertaining. So, but there is funny things all over the internet.
Yes.
Get what you want.
A little bit too much.
Yeah. Sometimes. Seems to be a little bit deep. So
it can be overwhelming, you know.
Yes.
I mean, if you go into a small library, you can read a lot of books, but if you go on the internet, for example, you can read the rest of your life.
Yeah. Or have you think about what about to see all the movies that are around there? You will not have a life for to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much.
Did you guys ever had any experience that was?
Hello, we have a visitor in the ether. Now it left. Come back, visitor. It was one person there. come back,
Mhm.
write something, say something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Interact.
there must be. Hey, come on, there must be some nonsense that we are saying or some bullshit. So please correct us. Of course. This
Maybe.
is
I don't know
if
how actually it works because you have like the tags in the stuff that you can put. But if you are making like now what we are doing, everything and nothing, what tags do I put? I could not put everything and nothing. So it will take all the tags of the world or none at all. Or what, you know what I mean? I mean, like we cannot like basically like make that our advertisement proper for that people comes in the place. So, but maybe I don't know. They have an IA, artificial intelligence that already is checking our languages, putting tags with the logarithm instantly. Maybe yes, maybe not. What do you think, guys? Another
no.
question. Did you understand anything what I said?
Nope.
No. I mean, when you are gonna put a live streaming, you can put the text before you go to stream if you know what you are gonna talk about. But in this case, we didn't know, so it's everything and nothing. And I am asking, okay, what will it happen if everything will put all the text of the word in our videos or not? Or how the YouTube advertise our
They go like that.
exactly. Everybody, please.
I have
Everybody.
a question. If I may. Hey, what does it mean on you? Because somehow I've been checking the Dao De Ching thing, which I've been talking something about or referring something to it, which I don't half remember, half understand. But like, if it is like, if the master does nothing but lets nothing undone, what that means for you?
If the master
Does nothing but leaves nothing undone.
Then he only is busy with things who really matter.
No, I was
I
just
guess.
thinking about that. That like it's kind of like because
the
it
master,
also
so he only is
he
be.
is and they
He
tell
only
their
be then,
yeah
and
yeah
he
but
doesn't leave
nothing.
things undone. I guess that he will explore all what he is, and nothing else, nothing less.
It's a double word.
Yeah. So in a sense, it's like kind of funny in a way that does nothing but nothing is left undone, and then the whole business of that Dao De Ching thing talks about that you let things happen and you try to interfere as little as possible. As for example, even as it gives like instructions for a ruler, that it should be like if you're a good ruler, you are someone who you are barely seen, and that like in the governance of people, that it would be like it's so well done that people think they did it themselves, but you've been there, somehow doing everything but not doing nothing.
Then what is the useless of having a ruler then?
Well, I guess the point was somehow like
it's not making work at all.
no, but I mean like the point was like that you let things happen, that you somehow like, well, it's way too big for me to. And by the way, there is also said like those who talk don't know, and those who know don't talk when they talk about this whole business the way. So maybe I won't talk. Then it looks like I know something. What?
Okay,
Okay, that was the question. Just thinking what you think about it, what it could mean. Because I was thinking, hey, Spanish, Española. Well, because there is also in Tarot this concentration without effort, right?
Yes.
Could it be related to the same idea?
Yeah, but I think that concentration without effort from Tarot is more like about like letting you go and to play with the experimenting, meaning like just go for the pleasure of going, and then in the way is when you acquire experience, and then you start to wonder about what can you do with what you see, that will go to the magician then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But yes, but I think like more like your reflection is more like, or the sentence that you say is like the master just is, no, and then like being is like to be is like to be who you are. I mean, like there is one sentence in Spain that we say, if you get limones, make limonadas, means like make lemon juice. So meaning like if you have yourself, try to be yourself, not something else or someone else, you know.
Yeah. I just
explore all your limits.
Yeah, I got just stuck it because it seems to indicate that you do nothing, but you leave nothing undone. So in a way, you let everything unravel more or less on its own, but somehow you are still linked to it, and you kind of maybe, I don't know. Well, I have to think about it.
No, but that will be for me like to say like you don't have to do nothing else that doesn't belong to you, you know. So let the others be and be you also. No, I don't know.
I think
probably near
that. A ver, Mark, I want to hear what Mark thinks.
I think like everybody has let's say call it a gift, you know. It's a personal thing. Like every person has an own personality, and it's just yeah. Well, let's say is it with birth? Is it a little bit from the parents? I don't know. Is it biology? Maybe also. But every kid, for example, has its own being. It's the basic thing what belongs to their personality. And I think every person in the world should be able to live out that personality, what's in a person is there, you know. And that's the thing, what in this modern world, maybe already
all the contrary
for thousands of years, they control it. And then you come there with power and control, and they control that. And they destroy that because they want to be in control for the workers they need, you know. And that's the thing. If you are the person who you truly are from your being, you know, from your soul, and if you then just do what you do, you know, just be who you are and do what you do, and then life will unfold as it unfolds, and then the sentence you say makes sense. But in this modern world where a lot of personalities are controlled or dictated, or you know, name it what you want to name it, it's not truth anymore. It cannot be. It cannot happen because personalities are not real anymore, because they are all created like kunststoff. You have you have to be like this, or you have to be, you know, for workers and stuff. And I think that's why that sentence is a beautiful sentence for everybody who can be his or her true personality, but for the most who can't, but even not know that they can't, it's not truth, and it only brings sorrow. That's the thing, I think. I hope it's understandable.
How do you see, for example, like, yes, Pasi?
Yeah, I think it's much more coherent to most of things that I say in here. Like I've started and then I start to get lost, but I think that was pretty.
There is one person in the ether. I said, hello? Hello.
Hello.
Say something.
Something.
Say something. Say hi or whatever in your language. Hello.
Planet Earth here, calling the aliens.
Calling the aliens. Well,
and it's
if he doesn't say or she doesn't say anything, we will think that you were a visitor from someplace out of the space then. Or maybe something.
Hey, yeah, comment. why do you comment 3 times? You say, yeah.
3.
I don't know, but basically, what I'm thinking about what Mark said, in a sense, like modern. I don't know if it's since we were living in caves, that there was somebody who wanted to be the boss monkey. Maybe it was needed who was the most psychopath or whatever. But I don't know if you live in a some kind of group or clan or society. I think there is always restrictions. Am I wrong? I mean, like the
Depends on what kind.
to be, I guess, as original yourself as you could be, and I think that is probably enough. That many times, if you have some ideas that not fit with the group that you are associated with, that's a problem. Like we discussed in another matter. That
I think this will be like more collaborative. I think when I don't know, just by thinking by logic, what I think is like when you are in a small group and you have like a target together to survive or something, then everybody is like easily taking a role actually and making the best that they can do, no, in order that the group survive, no. And I think that when it escalates, that the people, like the group grows and grows and grows, and there is like, maybe like people doesn't have things to do, or they don't have a purpose, then is when they start to be weird things happening, I think.
Actually, I can say what
yes.
There was some research that if you have, let's say you have like 10 per, let's say it's a workplace, very simple example, you have 10 people working. It's like somehow in some project, it will be that 3 people will do most of the work out of 10, something like this. So I'm thinking also like, why would have been different with the clan things? I would understand also, I would agree that if you have like a small, like a, let's say big family or a clan that, well, especially like a family, okay, you do this, and it kind of goes, maybe it goes even that nobody has to tell you that you have to go do this. Maybe there is like you're smaller or bigger or faster or slower, and then that also automatically makes that you are not going to run like chasing rabbits, that maybe you take the berries because they don't run away or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
so
now I forgot it. But I think the biggest problem is they put on restrictions. Like now, how do you say it? They want to control it, and they think all the people think that we need control, or that we need somebody who is in power, or that we need rules, or all those things. But we don't need them. We definitely don't need them. Yeah, of course you need a little bit guidance and some rules and stuff, because you're with a lot of people. You can't shoot somebody dead or something. Or something like that. But in the basic sin, if you let everybody be what they are from natural thing, I think the world will be a way better place. And a good leader, because we do have leaders and followers and stuff like that. But a good leader supports the people below him to become the best of themselves. So because that's the best for the group, and a good leader wants the best for the group. And these days we have leaders who control or beings that we function and give them that what they need for themselves, and that's psychopath.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking, like if you think about medieval times, I think there was really massive restrictions. So like earlier, it's like you're a peasant. You ain't gonna go hang out with the royalty and telling hi to them on the street or something. You're gonna be in the mud on your face, and like there's class thing and all that kind of stuff. You couldn't talk or you couldn't watch in the eyes with someone. And for example, in here, I think in Spain and else in Holland or Germany or whatever, there is not sort of this kind of stuff that is really like that. Okay, you're a peasant, you're a servant, you sit with the dogs and we'll throw you the bones from the table.
Well, this is also
and then I think also like earlier, I don't know, when we were like again in caves or hunter, I don't know. Basically, I guess there
When
must
we were in caves,
what to do.
when we were in caves and when we were hunters, we could see the worth, how much worth it had. That let's say you can hunt really good, yeah. So you are the hunter, and that's your thing, yeah, and that makes you special. But if I am a weapon builder, for example, I am special too as a weapon builder, because if I cannot build good weapons, you cannot hunt good, stuff like that. And that's these days. If you are like an engineer or you're a high educated person, it used to be like that. It's changing a bit, but a lot of people thought then, oh, you are special, you are something. But if you are a cleaner or a building person or whatever, you were nothing. You were like really like you're nothing. But what does an engineer do if there are no cleaning persons or building persons or whatever? You cannot do anything, and that's the bad thing. And that's the way they created power, to let people think in that way, because that's not the truth. We need every person and every personality, because some personalities don't do shit, but you really think like, what the hell are they doing? But they give, for example, a joy to the group, that the whole group is a more joyful place and everything. And that's important too. So, it's a little bit, I guess that's the thing. And if you cannot be your true self, then you cannot let life go with flow, because you're not your true self. So you are a forced personality, and you can't put freedom and forced together, because they are like positive, negative. They fight with each other, like that.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. I just wonder, because there is like it comes to what I'm thinking. For example, let's say you hunt good. Okay, you're in the clan, you hunt good, but you want to make the fucking cave paintings, man. But you suck making cave paintings. So maybe the group would say like, hey, sorry, you hunt good, we need the food. You cannot make the cave paintings, even if you want to. So I'm thinking this kind of stuff, like maybe we are not really good with something, but you still feel that you want to do it. In a way, maybe then you are not weak and you're not true to yourself. But like, I don't know if you Spanish person heard, like, let's say that you're a good hunter in a clan, but you decide, but your passion is to make cave paintings, and
you want to explore something else. But maybe I think like
the group would tell you like, hey, but sorry, you're a good hunter. We need your food. We don't need your paintings, dude.
But I think like I was telling like once that we were talking about like this more or less, that well, not about this, but like when I was making that question, like, do you think that a normal person will pass like 8 hours of their life hunting per day? No, we only are doing this in the century. I mean, like now that we work 8 hours per day, for someone else, I mean, like we have worked previously. For someone else, much more hours for sure, But the stuff is like, if we will have to go like we were at the beginning, like being like trogloditas, like from the, no one was like dedicating so much time for the search of the food, maybe, So, I mean, like for hunting 8 hours per day, like I don't think that will happen for one single family. But the point is, what I want to say about this is that once that one person discover their first necessities, then can explore the other necessities, no? So I think that first was like the necessity for the group in order to survive. I don't know, I am just, I have no clue if it is like this, but I am guessing that for the logical way, that it should be like, because your survival also depends of the survivals of the others, because we are social animals, and this is something that people is especially in the north of Europe they forget a little bit, that you can not be so individualistic, that you need some people to survive, and maybe at some point you will need someone to take
Let
care
us
of
talk
you.
together. The finish will someday.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I think, like, in our societies, how we are doing, it's like more and more we are like trying to individualize ourselves, till ridiculous points where it cannot be, because a kid needs someone, and a real big adult also needs someone. And to put the kids with, for example, in whatever institution, or to put your elderly people in whatever institution, I think that's not good.
Can I say one comment to this that nobody smart said? I don't remember who. Maybe I should stop quoting so much of whoever. But one thing that is interesting is that, like said about the family nowadays, is like first the father left the home, then the mother left the home, and then the kid left the home. So there is nobody home. That
that's fucking
really smart thing to say, and that's like
that's crazy.
Okay. But this is what has
Well,
happened.
that's business.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's business.
But they are
We need
destroying
more
lives.
workers. We need more workers. No, let's create a world where wives and husbands have fights, so they divorce, so they go away, or let them work that much that they both are too much away, so they don't have time for the kids, and the kids are at the school because the parents are not at home.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Everybody left home, and then on the other hand, like this is what we
discussed. There is not emotional connection, for example, and all these things that are so important, for us, like animals. It's not.
But
even if I don't know if has happened to you, but when you are trying to talk with the artificial intelligence, it comes like naturally that you are not talking with a machine, no? Like even there, you try to humanize,
but
no?
I
with the Tamagotchis. Do you remember?
I have then a question.
Yes.
I have then a question. If it's like that first the husband left, then the wife left, then the kid left, they all left home, and the wife and the husband are working for the home where nobody is. What's the point of it? Just stop doing it. The only thing who gains from it are the ones who have nothing to do with your life.
Yeah. This is the point.
Because that people cannot.
Yeah.
The problem is that people cannot. Yeah, but the people cannot, because the stuff is that if they do this, they cannot pay the house, they cannot pay the electricity. It becomes like all like this. Maybe it's time that we go to live in caves. I don't know again.
So that means that we are all slaves to the money, slaves to the people who control money, slaves to people who control time, slave to people who create the future, because they know already what they are doing now. They already do it because they have plans for over 50 years, what they want to achieve, and all those things, and we should, like humanity, it's like all humans. I think really like that. We should just stand up and say, hey, we are one race, and you psychopath, you have to go. We just don't do it anymore because, for example, you always get to hear that in some country all bad people live. For example, at the moment all Russians are bad people. For example, on television, because of the war. But if you go there, 90% or the 95% of the people are nice people. Same like here. It's the same thing.
Same in all the countries. Everybody wants to be happy. That's the point.
Everybody wants to be happy and have a good time with their kids or something like that.
Exactly. And to be, like to be healthy and to have a nice life. I think that everybody has the right to want that, you know.
Yeah, but
In
take away the
independent place to
people's
believe.
take away people's personal thing, you know, what belongs to the person, what I talked about earlier. Take that away, and the people don't know where to go anymore, and then create a situation of good and bad. It doesn't even exist. I would just create one, and then the people will choose, because then they think that's their goal, you know, and that's psychological power, mind control, group control, all those things, you know.
Yeah, I think also
Psychological. It's a
I think
psychological.
I think there
Yeah.
is also within the group there is some mentality also to punish someone who is different and stuff, and then they feed into this. I think a lot, like in a way, there is some kind of that people will get easily to this, that they will somebody who is different is gonna be punished or like put aside and stuff. It's somehow rooted in this, and they feed on that. Put that also. They do things.
Yeah, I find it always a nice saying. The black sheep isn't black. All the white sheep are white. You know, I love that saying. You know, it's the truth. You know, and I think if you look to humanity and stuff, you know, every person is different. You have a lot of different ways. But these days, I guess if you look to the general population, like especially here in the West, you know, I think 80% thinks the same, talks the same, does the same. They all do the same. They all, you know, get born, go to school, go work, buy a house, and live their life the rest of their lives as workers to pay off their debt they have on their house.
Yeah.
You know, just in basic. So
It's a fun. I guess in certain ways it's different, but I don't know if at some point basically the thing was that you didn't own the house, you didn't even own land, you basically didn't have food. But I just wonder, like, has everything been the same before, but it just somehow changes the ways, you know, like we are like slaves to the technology and technocracy or something like this, and then we are used to these things that make lives more like comfortable or easier or more simple, or you know, like in a way more comfy. So I just wonder, like, has it been just a different way? Because I guess there has been more or less, when there has been societies, there's been like controlling the masses one way or the other, and then nowadays it's like kind of, somebody was telling that our brains are not also equipped to fight the algorithm and the AI stuff and the all business that you have on social medias, and when you are suggested certain things and videos and all that kind of things, that it's like it's unfair fight.
yeah, it can be. I don't know. It can be because the algorithm and all those things are bigger than our imagination, I guess.
So this makes you wonder. So because I am I'm starting to wonder about, like, let's say that we have Europe and Christianity had problem with Islam, you know, and all that kind of stuff. It's been going on for like what, 1,000 years,
At least.
and it's not hasn't disappeared. Maybe it's different. And now somebody's telling that there's people with this faith coming here and all that kind of stuff, and then it's really strange because I was checking something about the Crusades and stuff like this. So it just seems to be that somebody goes somewhere to take somebody's shit, then the others go somewhere to take somebody's shit, and it just keeps going. And it just that makes me think that it's still like a loop, that everything just repeats. That it's just like a little bit like a different guns, but you just keep shooting people. You know what I mean? This is kind of like, I don't know, these kind of existential things, I guess. I tend to go this way. Like, it's just like, does anything change really at all?
No,
Because if
I think this is
everything
just
just
change.
in a different manner, you know. We used to have like
Yeah,
somebody
but it's
like
isn't.
just really. You were saying you said, for example, they thought that we never fly. We fly, okay. We thought that we will never find, you know, they found Americas and all that kind of stuff. And now we are having a spaceship and all that. Maybe we go to Mars, but it's not that much different than it was before. It's just like a different ship. Okay, now enough for my. If there is anything sensible to grab onto the.
It's like the same rules, actually. No, this is what you mean.
Sorry.
That
it's the
make
basic.
like new inventions, but the rules continue being the same.
Yeah, because then on the other hand, one says that personally said that to grow is to change, but then in a sense, do we grow at all, or we just keep the same?
We only expand, I think, actually. In the stuff is like, I think, like I imagine the world like with the tarot cards that I was talking, like it's not like if you see, for example, if you observe all the nature, most of things are like spheric or tend to be spheric, no, like circular, like I don't know, even like the leaves or something, you know, like they try to, or the branches of the trees, they try to reach for the maximum space in order to get balance or something. I don't know. This is what I think. But I think like it's not the perfection is not the spheric way only, but it's like, I think that it's like kind of like a spiral, you know, movement. So that it passes again from the place, but it's in another space, you know, and it's the sensation that you are repeating the same thing, but it's a little bit further, you know. We have the Eskimo.
Was stupid enough maybe to take the gene testing to an American company or something, but they said it could be just a nonsense. But they said I'm 1% Inuit or Eskimo, or how is the proper way to say this? Some indigenous hugger who's hunting whales or some, you know, thing in there. So
by the way,
maybe this is why I'm so easy in the balcony. It's -9 for fuck's sake.
Is it true that the Samis make like this with the nose? Like,
yeah.
Because I was in Spain, we have like a serial of cartoons that it was called David el Nomo, and it was like they were giving kisses with the nose.
I think that's legit. I think it's legit.
It's true? Did you give kisses with the nose in the north of Finland?
No, I don't. We don't really do that. No, I think no.
You don't give kisses
not anymore.
No, I think we give like the 3 in an official situation in somewhere or something
3.
like that.
Like the Dutch?
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Hey, and by the way, yeah, again,
this
getting deeper and deeper this whole business of intercultural thing and everything. So please share our videos, like it, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we're on, and we are on a couple of times a week. There's all sorts of interesting things. One streams from a balcony, and you know, there is all sorts of funny things, and then we of course do the.
We can push back.
So,
no, but
okay, so I don't know.
I'm watching you.
I had something in mind also that I wanted to ask you. Like, yes, what happened that I have here like today, that there was like some kind of like they blocked the airplanes in Germany or something, like there is no traffic. Do you know anything about it?
I don't know. Didn't hear anything.
Was
Didn't
it for
watch
the
the
weather
news.
or for something else?
Yeah,
Can be.
Bad weather?
It can be bad weather. Can be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
the only thing that I remember, like really horrible stuff, was that somebody threw a car into the. But that was already.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. Yes.
I also so long time ago, like it would not be horrible anymore. Why is fuck?
No. When was it? Was it with Christmas?
I don't know these kind of things that.
Yeah, it was Christmas.
Like.
Tell us what happened from you.
Thought of this, or it started.
Well, what I heard, you know, it's it's a little bit double story between the media and the internet,
Okay.
politics.
So
But what
Yeah,
I heard is a guy, a not German guy, let's say it like that. He drove in with full speed or something. But with a car, he drove in a Christmas market.
Yeah.
And what was it? The last time I heard were 5 people dead.
Oh.
Also a young kid. And it's a terrible story.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and that guy came from
he
Syria or Saudi Arabian. I don't
I
know. I can't tell anymore.
Was the the
Hmm?
reason? Was there any reason for, like, what was the point?
Well, that's the thing. First they said there was not really a reason. He was a right-handed dude, like on the right side of politics.
Yeah.
But later on the internet, it came out that he was Muslim also,
Yeah.
and and that he planned it in front, and he talked about it on the internet, and he has been arrested before, also with crazy ideas like that, but they let him go again. And I heard Saudi Arabian wanted him already to be delivered to there because he was searched in that country. They want to put him in jail, but Germany didn't let him go. Germany didn't put him out of the country, and they just let him walk. He already said on if I'm right, on what used to be Twitter and stuff. He said, or some other online thing. He said already that he wanted to kill some Germans and stuff like that already, and they knew. The police knew. The government knew, but they didn't do anything about it. Yeah, and then at some point this happens.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Also,
what I
like,
heard, like the kid who died, there was a small kid who died. Can't remember. It was 12 or 9, something like that, or as a boy. And the parents of the boy have put on TikTok a movie where they explained that after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, in 2 weeks, they still didn't have to couldn't see their own kid because the government keeps it away for research, and they now force a lawsuit against the government just so they can see their own kid who died on the evening. Yeah, it's a sick thing. And one of the politicians, one politician of a political party here in Germany was a woman, and she said also, she said we also should have respect for the how do you call it, the guy who did it all, because he comes from a bad environment, in his youth and stuff. It's really like, are you crazy or something,
well, the stuff is, well, hombre, is not really crazy. I mean, like, is understandable but not acceptable. You know what I mean? That's the difference.
In a
It's
sense,
not,
you can
it's not,
understand that maybe there
you
is some
cannot
sense
damage
of
other people because they have armed you
for an
as
excuse.
well. I mean, like, if you will arm the people that have made the stuff to you, then I will understand. But people that is innocent, that they have not come out for this kid that they have killed, because I don't think that this kid has done anything, no? And the same thing.
No,
The
I
same
mean,
thing for the Gaza. The guys, the people that is in Gaza, they have not done anything, and they are dying. This is not okay either, in my view.
Oh, it's the whole thing. It's not okay,
Or
and
people
it's
who die.
not only Gaza. It's not only Israel. It's not only.
They cannot kill civilians that have not done anything or take decisions for anything, because especially the point is like they call it democracy in many places. In places that there is no democracy, because there is no democracy, and the places that there is democracy, there is not such a democracy like they call it. So basically, like, people doesn't choose the most of the things that the government does in order to whatever hidden business. So it's unjust that the civilians also pay for it, because they get punished by their own governments and also punished for the other people. So people should understand that we are all in the same place.
Well,
North,
if you look
south,
to it, yes,
west,
it
east,
is.
all. Yes.
But like I said earlier, they create a good and bad, and that's why all the normal people fight each other.
Exactly. Yeah. And doesn't matter. They can do it through politics, through religions, or whatever,
And as long as the slaves are fighting with each other for their for their survival as a slave, then you are the best slave master in the world. You don't have to do anything, and the slaves are fighting to stay slave. So, and that's what they perfected.
I have to say to this, that in a way, what I don't know if it's a weird thought, but for example, this kind of motherfucker who drives the car into the whatever people, I don't know how that could possibly
It's not
be.
the first time, huh?
The point being is that that's like, who gives you the right sort of to think that you can do this?
I remember also what happened in Norway. Do you remember
Nobody.
what happened in Norway? This guy from the same tribe that kills the people in the island.
Yeah.
Also another crazy, like.
Yeah. I heard the other day there was that's a while back, a few years back, I guess, but there was a little girl, a teeny girl, I think she was 14 or something, and she got raped by a guy from Syria or something, a refugee, and there was a woman. The woman called the refugee a lot of bad names and stuff, of course, because she was mad because the guy did that to that little girl.
Of course.
And in the end, the woman got a heavier punishment by law than the guy who raped the little girl.
No.
Well, this would be some facts about it.
Where was that?
Yeah, in Germany.
In Germany. Well, that's another story.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
But that happens here all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's amazing. These kind of things.
Point being, in the end, now it looks like I'm a cosmonaut actually. Mira, I have this kind of thing, like here things, and then this kind of super in middle of a pretty.
You're a transformer.
Yeah. Like, I think there is in Scotland and somewhere in the British Isles and stuff, there is like they are starting to put this kind of hate speech laws and stuff. Like, I mean, like, I what I've been hearing, I don't know if what is true, but it's really like there seems to be that this is really nothing to do with anything that people want, hate towards another group of people. It's just about control somehow. It's like it starts to get totally crazy, some of the things. And like I think it was in Scotland also, and it's like I think this attempt to like just break people down, and like I don't know. That's
not okay.
It's not.
That's not okay, because the stuff is like, if you are not, it doesn't mean that you are against or with, but you have to have a critical eye. And if you don't have critical eye, why do I have eyes in my face? Take it off then, and then I don't have why to see, why to speak. And I don't know, the next thing is that they will put us in a chair with a cable in the ass. And what is next? I don't know.
maybe the point is like, in a sense, it's like freedom of speech.
The next.
Freedom of bicycle.
Yeah, on a
Yes.
bicycle,
Yeah.
screaming freedom.
Yeah,
If
because
maybe
what is like, it's like keep on busy with what you are doing, no? That's it, nothing else. And then I cannot affect this, I cannot affect that, because I cannot affect this and I cannot affect that. At least I will have some right to say something, no? Even, I don't know, coughing a little bit, or also that not. You have to keep on like only like this. I don't know.
It is frozen.
drinking water has just
Oh,
yeah.
it's an ice cube now?
Yeah.
No fun. A ver.
No, not completely, but the surface
Oh
is
my
like
God.
pieces of ice, basically. I
The
don't know.
true
How are the
Viking.
vampires, man?
Eh?
Because
A true
the way-
Viking
It's
from
only
the
it's
north.
only the surfaces, but that was kind of eye opener. No, but I mean free speech. Okay, in a sense, it's like I think the problem is also like nowadays, like somebody might be listening and is saying like, in a way, you should be if you want free speech, you should be defending the right of someone who says something that you don't want to hear.
You know,
And
obviously,
I am more thinking that
this is how
I
it should be.
think
You have to debate of ideas. Yes.
and
Mhm.
of it's like I think there is like I'm not sure where I stand exactly in this, because in one way I'm thinking that you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want, but then there can be consequences, and to try to start saying that you cannot say this, you cannot say that, then of course if you're gonna call a person based on their race or something like what you know the words, of course there is like, well, I mean, like,
considering that
maybe
that
it's a
the
bit
other
difficult problem, but I mean, like, in principle, I think like nothing should be out of reach, that you cannot talk about things. And I think this is also going like here and many other places, like you are either, like Mark is saying also, for example, you create this, that there are the goodies and the baddies, there's nothing in between. So either you are, if you have anything positive to say about Russia, you're with Putin and you're a traitor for your country or whatever, or then you're on the other side, and then you cannot really like talk. Actually, I think it's leading to this, that you cannot like use the real words about things, or like
or with Ukraine, the same.
No,
I don't know.
I
don't
really
wanna,
believe there's one word for it.
You know what you were, like to start. On the other hand, to be like that, you have to be able to insult anyone in any possible manner that you want. Of course you can, but maybe there can be consequences then. Also,
No, it's you have a few things. You have values. Yeah, values. Everybody has a little bit own values. Every culture has values, but you have to go a little bit further for the beginning, and there you get respect. And respect is the basic thing. You cannot say to somebody, you cannot say this or you cannot say that, because you cannot do. There is a border in between, like if you say that somebody is a mother, yeah, then you them are bad words, bad names, like you're an idiot or something. Even that you can say, but there are a little bit borders you can cross. Okay, but I think respect is the whole thing. I think if you put a normal good Christian in a world where a normal good Muslim is standing, they will have respect for each other.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like you can be who you want, you can believe what you want, you can do all the things you can do and what you want, and I can do it too, because I do it different. And that's the thing. There should be respect for diversity, but that's the thing. If you have respect for diversity, if everybody should have that, then there was peace in the world. Then we were one humanity. There was no wars and stuff, because you have respect. Hey, if you want to be like that, be it. And of course, a little fight should be everywhere and shall ever be. There are some people you can't combine.
The
But
problem is that the freedom and then the imposition of ideas, imposition of behaviors or imposition of ideas. Because, okay, for like if you go like when you are a father or a mother, you have to a little bit like guide the education of your kids, you know, so in order that they can survive, and like also like to teach them values in order that they don't get depression, that they don't get harm, you know, or whatever, you know. But then exists then is the system that can be like through religions, through politics, through the educative system of the countries, which can educate in freedom or in repression, meaning like we were talking about, like you can be yourself or explore your limits from yourself. And these kind of societies are, pues, I would say, like almost non-existent in the earth, because even if we as Europeans, we believe that we are this kind of people, is not, because we all know in our classes and in our schools, in our families and neighborhoods, who are the boss monkeys. Isn't it?
And who are that then?
No, I mean, like in whatever area that you are, you know, who was the one who was leading the class, who was the one was oppressing what or which group. There was not this such a thing like we are educated in that freedom, but we have been educated in many ways of repression. But our repression looks like it's less repressive than other countries' repression, when probably in the other countries they see that we are more repressed than them because they follow other rules. You know what I mean? So in the end, it's like a relative. I don't find any society that really like what we come to the core from the fundamental thing that we were talking about, like people really are like free to explore their limits themselves. Okay, without, what I mean with this is like you can explore to be the best expression of yourself without harming or interfering in the lives of others. This is what I mean by this, you know. So if I have the right to exist and to be the best expression of myself, so I have to let others as well to do so, you know. But when, for example, a society force something upon other people, you know, like you have to, I don't know, everybody has to wear this kind of uniform, everybody has to do the letters like this or like that, or everybody has to. We were the other day in a museum here in Finland, and we were like, it was like, what year was this, that the people was still forced to write with the right hand, the left hand, that they could not use the left
it was
hand.
late 80s or something.
Yeah, no, it was in year 1953. It was still. You remember?
I don't know.
Was it?
It can be. I think maybe it was later, but
I think my mother, for example, who I think is born in 47 or something.
But I mean, like this is a part of the repression
that's what
thing. Because the stuff is like, if there is people that, I am dancer, and for example, I am right-hander, like I write with my right hand. But for example, when I have to turn to make like pirouettes, I am really much better with the left, turning to the left than to the right. So if I don't let some, you know, I have to explore my body to be able to find what are my strengths, you know. But that happens with anything, you know. And many times the societies doesn't allow you this, and you know, not democratically, and
like,
not that it doesn't exist.
So because the point is like, well, there was this kind of thing. I think it was the Canadian Prime Minister who is, you know, like at the same time saying how brave the people somehow should and are demonstrating in China, you know, making a demonstration against the government or whatever situation. And at the same time, he was putting limitations in law for people in Canada to demonstrate about things. You know, this is the mentality in that sense. It's like, yeah, you should demonstrate. Why don't you demonstrate more? Good that you are sticking to the government. That then what you do at home, you fuck up your own citizens. And And there has been, like, for example, in Canada, there was, and this is the dangerous, super dangerous thing on my books. Like, they had the truckers think that they said they are all Nazis and shit like that, and right wing, extreme, and there's violence. It seems like, yeah, there was some right wing people. There was, I think, zero to no violence of any kind, basically. And they people, since you put money to this, you cannot use your account. You
Zero
cannot.
money.
They froze people's accounts. They put some kind of emergency powers to be that if you have, they could freeze your account. That this is like, if they can control your money and food. Oh my God, the information. What can you do anymore if they take the money away from you?
Oh man, this is crazy.
You have to think, what can you do? You can have to start stealing things or what?
Like, really,
I'm not recommending anyone to steal anything. Obviously, I am just for the betterment of the,
Mark, I would like to ask you. I would like to ask you, what do you think about, like, that soon they want to, so that we don't have cash anymore?
Bad thing.
Mark,
it's a bad thing. Like, let me say it like this: it's a good thing, but if we have governments like we have in the world, like we have already for so long, and it's not one government, it's all, then it's bad. Then it's really, really bad, because they are going to control us even more, and they're gonna control everything. And the thing is, like money too. Money is invented to give poor people also chances to live in the modern world. That back then, so money is invented for a good reason. The same as time is also invented for a good reason. But psychopaths use it to control. Like not that long ago, if you didn't follow the politics, you got killed. If you didn't believe in God, you get hanged or burned or whatever, stuff like that. But there they noticed, that they developed too, and there they noticed that if you do that, and if you do that too much, people will go into resistance. And if they go in resistance, you don't want that, because that costs money, So let's do it on a different way. Let's do it in this way, like with money. They created this modern world, and that's how they control us. And if you have money only on bank accounts, they can see exactly what you're paying and stuff like that. And if you have, for example, a debt that you can pay, and we live in a debt business world today, these days, everybody has some debt, like that. And if you cannot pay, for example, then they just check your account. Okay, we can take this away, that away, that away. And that's how they control your life. And it's really time that we, as all humans from the world, let's say like that, stand up and get the psychopaths from the wrong positions where they are, because they are only gonna make it worse. Because like I said in the beginning, people should be their true self, their true, like what you are as a kid and stuff. And then you're happy, and a person who has peace with himself or herself can also have respect for a person who is different than oneself. But it cannot be, because you cannot be happy with yourself, because they already broke that down, and now they are going to control us even more with the cash. That's the whole thing. Cash is the modern gun. They cannot kill you anymore, because if the government will hang you because you are against them, well, try it these days. It will be on TikTok and everything, on the social media world in 1 second, and the whole of Europe will come in resistance because one country hanged somebody because he was against the government. Let's say like that. So they cannot do that. So they just take away your wealth, and then you cannot live, and then you die for yourself. And if that doesn't help, they will put some poison in your food, and then you die. It's that easy, you know. They have that power.
I mean, like, I am thinking now, but Pasi, what do you think about this yourself? What you
The cash.
Suomipoika
About cash.
about cash? Yes.
Well, I found out that it's been already a while here, for example, that you want to buy this kind of scratch ticket that you can scratch three sums and you can win money. Now you cannot buy it anymore without this kind of card that then they will know every time you bought it, they know exactly how much money you have won with it. I don't think that's
You have to register for this.
Sorry.
You have to register for lottery.
Yeah, basically register to the company that sells it, and it's like a national company, governmental owned, this Veikkaus in Finland, and in principle, somehow they govern the gambling, and I think they're gonna be out of business at some point because they are, I don't know, like we have alcohol, who is governmental sells the alcohol and all that stuff. I at some point for me it was like I didn't really use cash much, also because it was convenient. More and more the knowledge increases the pain. So more I think about it, this like, I don't know, maybe we should get back to the bloody squirrel skins, or like I don't know, not maybe squirrel skins, because then poor animals and all that. I don't want harm. I don't want to hurt squirrels, dude.
Squirrels are sweet.
I don't want to hurt squirrels. They have nice tails, but I mean, like, no, I don't think it's good if the cash disappears. There's actually nearby shopping center. There's several places that say that no cash payments. I think it's illegal.
In some stores you cannot pay by cash.
Yeah.
In cash.
Yeah, because it's too expensive. Need to pay with card. If you are with a group, you cannot pay each for themselves. In Holland anymore, they don't do it. They want cash.
What do you mean?
If you, let's say you go drink coffee with 10 people,
Yeah.
and every person wants to pay for himself, and every person wants to pay with card, with bank card. The shop will say no, you have to pay cash.
In Finland is all the contrary. In Finland,
Yeah,
they
but
only want one card, and they don't let you to pay with cash in
No,
some
but the shops do that because each time they make a bank, a payment.
They take a part. Yes.
They take taxes, and those taxes the shop has to pay. And then if the shop will do that, the coffee should be, let's say, 1 or 2 euros more expensive, because else they cannot make the win of it, the profit.
Yes,
and if they make it 2 euros more expensive, nobody comes to drink a coffee.
I don't know how much they take, because it depends on the card. If you have diner's card, it depends if it's a bank card, and then I was checking options for like having some online businesses, and that depends on what system you take, how much they take.
It's all the same in Holland.
Huh?
It doesn't matter which bank card you take. It goes on. It is the connection you make. If you make a payment, for each payment stays the same amount of money.
Yeah, I know that. I was just saying that depends. It seems to depend. Like, for example, if you have an online business, you'd have a store, and people want to pay with a credit card, with a bank card, with diner's card, with Visa, with mobile pay, with I don't know, Apple Pay. So there was different fees that they will take from each bloody payment. And and it depended a little bit which one that, like this, like diner's card, for example. I think I used to have 1 million years back, that it was like, that was when I was selling TVs million years back also. That was the most expensive, one of the most expensive cards for the store. That if you pay with bank card, it was less, like they took less from the middle one, takes less than from the diner's card. That with diner's card, it was like really big. this is what I remember. How do I know what is really big? But
The
at least
point in
it's
here,
more
the
expensive
point in
to use
here,
card
I
than-
want to make,
I don't
I want
want
to make a,
discredit any credit card company, so I just go on with all the program. You know, I'm not rebelling against anything. I love the system.
I want to make the.
I love my country. I love God, government, and my gun. No, I don't have a gun actually. I don't like that.
I want to make
I love them all too.
a point in that, because the point for like losing the possibility of using cash, it's also like losing the power of having your own money, you know, meaning like when in the time that you put it in someone else's place, meaning the bank or your husband or your sister or whatever, this is not in your hands anymore, meaning like the bank collapse, whatever collapse, and your money is bye hasta luego, hasta la vista, amigo. So that united to the stuff. For example, yesterday I was with a guy. I was helping him. He was like over 50s, you know, and he still cannot use computers. So there is people that cannot use computers, and they cannot use certain systems. Today, in some countries, if you don't have a phone or you don't have a computer, you cannot do nothing.
No, my internet is a live thing like water and stuff.
Pero es que it's sorry, but this is not available in the nature. You know what I mean? You see that we are losing something there. You know, I mean, I am not against technology at all. It's fantastic, all of this, but cannot be that the people that doesn't have this have less rights than the ones that choose to be a hermit, you know, because I have the right as a human person to be a hermit as well, you know, and to be able to have a roof, to eat, to whatever, you know, like I need to cover my necessities. But today, if you don't have a computer or a phone, you cannot do the kind of things. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean,
that's the will today.
If you're young, you can go to the forest and hunt and you can survive, you know, but as a old grown person, for example, I see like a lot of old people in my country that they want to go to banks or something like this. In Finland, for example, they are not like the banks. They are like a minimum of service, you know. Like there is no people almost that you don't have service like life. How I tell like a person of 70 years or 80 years old like to use these systems where they cannot even read or
that's development. I mean,
but
we are now talking. But we are now talking like this, you know, in that way, you know, what you say.
Yes.
But I guess the time we are 80, some other people of our age will talk the same about something new, what's there also, you know, that's development.
I agree
And
with
there
you,
should
but
be 8 for such people. Yeah,
but
that should be there.
Yeah, but it's not the same because, for example, the washing machine, a great invention that saves us a lot of time for hours, or the dishwasher, let's put it like this, that also like save a lot of time for us, and it's really important. Find out that you don't have washing machine. You will see now what is the problem, you know what I mean? So that will, but today still, you have the option to be without washing machine and you can still clean your clothes, you know what I mean? But the problem is that a lot of people doesn't have a computer or a telephone because they cannot simply pay the bill. And what they do, man?
No, that's not. Yeah, that's the government is responsible for that.
That's fucking crazy, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like we live in Western countries. We live in like we should be one of the higher countries, richer countries in the world. You know, like the Western countries. But if you still look, if there's so much poverty, in the countries, but nobody talks about it.
No,
It's called what did he call it? I don't know. There was a name for it, but silence poverty or something. I don't know. But they don't talk about it. It's the same in Holland. It's like, and I heard also in Germany, it's also like that. Like Dutch or German people are living on the streets or cannot pay their bills or cannot pay their rent or stuff like that, even though they are working or whatever, and they get put out of the homes. And what comes back into the homes are refugees, and the refugees don't have to work. They get money from the government and everything. They get everything paid by the government and stuff like
yeah,
that.
but that's not the blame of the refugees either. You know what I mean? Or it's not
No,
the
no,
blame
no, definitely not.
of
But
I mean,
that's how
the
sick
question
our
is not,
government
the
is.
question is not to throw the refugees away or anything like this, but the question is like to
No,
put
of course
everybody
not.
in the same level like
If
this.
if
the
if
interest
you
doesn't
create a if you
Yes.
create a situation and some people react on that situation, you cannot blame the people who react. You can only blame the ones who create the situation.
Yeah, yeah,
well
but
there
That's the
a
is
lot
thing.
of people
there
then
is
take it
interesting thing
against the
about this. There is like people have all sorts of conspiracy theories, like why this population switch is happening, sort of, and why people actually are being taken into countries and like and everybody wanted to be actually a lot of people when the Empire of Rome existed, people didn't want to destroy Rome, they wanted to be in there and in it also. That was kind of interesting fact. But
It's a bit different than what's now.
well, I don't know, there is a lot of, I guess there's people who want to be in Europe because it's
Nah.
relatively safe, I think, and all that. I think so.
Yeah, a lot of people comes to Europe because
And I
they think that they
there's
will have a better life,
people have
no?
different reasons and
Yes.
also that, but there is also some conspiracy theories and things that they are trying to make sort of like a with the population, that they are trying to change it so that they would. I haven't looked into this
I
one,
don't believe in that either.
but
I
It's
think
it's
that-
really
I'm just saying
simple.
I'm just saying that
It's really
if,
simple.
hey, what I want, if I may finish, is just say fast, is it's like to think that the governments and the powers to be are doing things because of humane reasons, that we are taking people from somewhere because it's the right thing to do. It's also like, you know what I mean? I don't like, for me it's like, go wherever you want if you can, then people should be able to go and all that, and all that. I don't have against, but I'm thinking that if this is organized sort of by like the government decides we're gonna take from somewhere 50,000 people or 100,000 people or 5,000 or 4 or whatever, if we think that the government, for example, and the powers to be don't have good intentions towards the citizens of the country, they are looking for their own interest. So then they don't really care what is the problems that would arise or whatever happens, and they might have an agenda of something
that
that
serves
will
their
not happen.
purposes.
Yeah, that
Okay.
they
Yeah, of
have,
course
for
they
example,
have.
like somebody saying that they try to replace the population somehow. So maybe that would be true in some manner. Like maybe if you let's say that you exchange the population to a different demographic, it's gonna be easier to control.
No,
Basically,
it's
whatever is the
it's quite simple, I guess. It's wait.
we are going to very different territories here today. Everything and nothing. There's a first part also for that. This is a lollipop.
Toilet paper.
Is it,
More single
that's the
language.
lollipop and subscribe. Maybe you can support us by supporting us getting lollipops.
I have an idea.
It's
You can buy us a coffee
It's because the
as
screen.
well.
So
I
buy
want
us-
lollipop, not coffee.
Did you put the
There
Spanish
is-
person link? Buy me coffee link.
Yes, they can buy us a coffee
So buy
as well.
coffee. If you don't
Or
want
one,
coffee,
1, 2, 3, whatever.
I want lollipops. Lollipops.
and
There
also
is link
subscribe, like, share.
for to buy us a coffee.
Share the videos. And make comments. Hey, come on. comment. You must be disagreeing or agreeing with us. Whoever is there afterwards, if you don't not with the live, you check it afterwards.
Come
Leave us-
from the ether.
We will come back to this and we can find new ways to collaborate, communicate, intercultural.
New ways from communication that we
We
go
have an
from
Eskimo
toilet
over there.
paper, that we go from toilet paper to conversations about how the people and move over the world and governments and stuff like that, and aliens.
Trying to find toilet paper, better toilet paper.
Yeah, because maybe they have different, maybe a little bit softer, what's nicer for the bum.
Hey, kind of several layers, like 3 layer stuff, dude. You go with that shit, basically.
Do you have 3 layers in Finland, or you only have
You have even
like
4.
1 layer? Like
Even 4. It's like, so, hey, easy does it. Soft. Basically, well, with my old age, I have come. I can respect different kind of toilet papers, but it used to be that if whatever it was like kind of samurai way that whatever goes bad, but the toilet paper has to be good. Like 3 layers, dude. 3 layers.
3 layers is the best. 4 is too expensive
Yeah, I think probably is.
and
Hey,
not necessary.
Do we have some? Do we have nothing left? Do we have everything left?
I think that we are. Hey, again, it flight 2 hours almost. We are here.
2 hours. 2 hours. He is in the freezing cold.
Yeah, I don't feel my legs. Is that bad?
You don't feel your legs?
No.
No.
No,
No.
I'm pretty okay. I'm surprisingly okay here. It's like -9, but I have a lollipop. And now the drinking water has frozen. It's really like, I don't know if you can
But
see.
Mark, you didn't
Thank you,
finish your point, right?
No worries. We do it next time.
Vale, perfecto. How is your
But yeah,
back, by the way?
if I was showing my
Hey.
lollipop. What?
Pasi,
Nice.
Mark was telling me that
Yes.
he almost lose his back in the. By the way,
No. I picked something off in the shop, and I turned it to put it in a cart, and then bloop, it snapped in my back. So I'm now already 4 days or something. It was on last year it happened, and this year I still have back pains.
I have to
be
say, by the
careful.
what happened to me is like I had aches on my shoulder, which there's some issue. I had problems with that back, but I would have to say that when I quit smoking after like a year or so, it is much better. It seems like any kind of pain is less sort of. So quit smoking.
I have it more common because C7. How do you say it? So spines, are that the spines?
Vertebra.
I think it's spines, but 7 spines of me don't function as good anymore, and that's why my muscles around it took it over a little bit. So I have to be careful always. Yeah, and if I do a little bit too much or I make a bad move or something, then straight on it's like the whole back is like
Yeah.
In the low back, in the lumbar.
Yeah, and now it's already in the left low, on the left side. That's the baddest side.
Normally people get something between the L5, L6, L7 in this area.
No, it's I had normally it's if I do too much, normally it starts in the middle of my back and then goes down. But now it's went straight on down, straight in the back. So
okay.
So
yeah.
Careful.
Yeah. I have to live with that.
You know what helps? You can
a little bit sport.
No. If you sit down, you sit down with your legs like straight in the floor, like this, and then you cross one leg above the other. When you have, like, for example, this kind of sciatica, you cross one leg like this above the other, and you try to reach your feet. Of course, like careful.
Not possible.
So that makes like that stretch your spine, so it creates a space between your vertebrae, you know. So
Yeah, but at the moment, before we went live, I went on my couch, and I just wanted to lay on flat. Couldn't. The back was so hurting.
Lay down, no. You have to sit down with your legs
Yeah,
straight.
I know, but I think now it's too late. When it's over, then I have to do that exercise a lot to make a little bit place. But at the moment, I just need warmth and peace and.
But Mark,
like
this exercise is exactly to relieve the pain when you are in a crisis like that. Actually, so try it out. You will see.
I try, and if I never come high again from the floor,
then you go to tell me.
You, brother. It's
hey,
like
so
weeks will come for you.
Yeah.
Hey, so next time live stream is like, I'm here.
It's like,
exactly.
We are coming. Hey,
but of course you have to do it careful. Don't be brutal.
Basically, hey, maybe it's once upon a time Muna, Española, Nederlander ja Suomipoika want to thank everyone who joined us, who will check the video. Leave us comments, subscribe, like, hit the bell, buy us coffee if there's a link.
Put most in your language.
Share
most
the
in
video.
Your language. Is for the us is important.
Yes, and all that, and hit the bell so you never will miss our exciting discussions. This has gone from toilet paper to God knows what. I'm not sure what we're gonna do next, but stay tuned for the next streaming session, which will be probably next Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the days of the week.
But this year,
interesting one. We announced the date.
We are coming back on Tuesday, the 7th at 9 approximately time.
Approximately time, which is like Finnish time. I don't know, Queen something time. Check it out, Finnish time at 9. So I think that's maybe do you have Spanish person? Do you have anything else to say for yourself for today?
No, for myself, no. For the rest of the world, always.
What do you want to say? Final words for this 2-hour marathon.
Nothing. Have fun this weekend. I didn't tell how the Spanish people make the 31 bye-bye and welcome the new year, but I will leave it for the next chapter. So you have to come and see. Yes, you have to. That was all what I have to say.
Well, I'm curious if there is somebody who watches our whole movie or whole marathon of today. You know, if somebody does, leave a comment.
Yeah, I think leave comments about this. Too much, too little, too short, long, whatever it is.
Too cold.
He said nothing. I say everything. It has everything. Hey, now press all the buttons that there is. You know, click, click, clack, 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 everything. Just sign, put money there, do like, sell, and I will say, kiitos. Hey,
run.
Moikka. Hey, what is this? My water.
Hasta la vista, amigos.
See you later, alligator.
Podcast.